An eminent threat to Prasad Nagari, the city of palaces. Hi there. Today, I'm not here just to share facts. I'm here to raise a red flag, one that concerns the safety of our homes, our buildings, and quite literally, the ground beneath our feet. Kolkata, the Prasad Nagari, the proud city of palaces, once the second jewel in British crown, is now facing a growing threat. And no, it's not something dramatic like an earthquake or storm. It is something far more silent, more invisible, and yes, more dangerous. I'm talking about the fast depletion of groundwater, a crisis we can't afford to ignore. With uncontrolled deep pumping, our underground aquifers are running dry. This creates a vacuum, pulling in saline water from the Bay of Bengal. Remember, the Sundarban are just 80 kilometers from Shialda. If we don't act soon, saline water will creep into our city's groundwater, and worse, that contaminated water could end up in our concrete. Now, here is the real danger. When this saline water or untreated groundwater carries sodium fluoride, and it often does, it's a recipe for disaster in construction. Let me explain. Reinforced concrete is what holds up our building. It relies on steel rods inside called rebar to give it strength. But sodium fluoride reacts with the steel, causing it to corrode rapidly. Not over decades, I mean within just 3 to 5 years, unlike ferric oxide, which forms a slow developing corrosion layer. Sodium fluoride is aggressive and unpredictable. It eats away at the steel silently until one day the structure just gives in. And we have seen it happens. In 2023, the under construction building in Mumbai partially collapsed. While the official report cited design flaws, inside engineers suggested that chemical contamination of construction water was a likely accelerant, including sodium based compound. In Noida, multiple residential buildings have shown floor level collapses, where entire slabs fall through due to brittle concrete. Some cases were traced back to fluoride laced groundwater used during mixing. And it is not just India, not because they are old. Across the globe, we have seen buildings being intentionally demolished not because they are old, but because structural engineers detected irreversible internal damage from sodium fluoride corrosion. Once that reaction begins deep inside the concrete, the building becomes a ticking time bomb. So, what's the solution? First and foremost, use only treated, non salinized water in construction. That's non negotiable. Secondly, and this is crucial, switch to epoxy coated reinforced bar. Yes, that's a technical term, ECR rebars. These bars are coated with an epoxy layer that acts as a shield, preventing corrosive chemicals like sodium fluoride from reaching the metal. Third, quality control during construction must become stricter than ever. Every building, every contractor must commit to best practices. And for home buyers, here is tips. Don't rush into new launches. Look at the buildings that have been standing for at least 3 to 7 years. Observe their condition, cracks, discoloration, Spalling concrete? These are red flags. Let time be your inspector. Also choose trusted brands. Reputed builders often go the extra miles. They use ERC rivers, conduct water quality checks, and follow ethical construction standards. But we can't ignore the bigger picture either. If we keep extracting groundwater at this rate, we'll soon be building on salt instead of soil. That's why protecting Sundarbans, restoring our mangroves, and recharging groundwater levels is as important for construction as it is for climate. Kolkata deserves to rise, not fall. Let's keep our city of palaces standing tall, not just in legacy, but in structure. Let's build responsibly, let's build wisely, and most importantly, let's build safely. Thank you for watching. Let's act before it's too late.